It's said that if you stop being curious, you stop growing. I'm David Wiley. This is Dave Wants to Know. Hey, everyone, welcome back. Another episode of Dave Wants to Know. And we have a great guest today. Comedian Tim Hawkins is here, 3 decades in the comedy business, headlining all over. 3 decades. That means you're old, I think.
It means I should be getting my gold watch here pretty soon. I don't know. Do
Do
they
they do
have
that?
retirement parties for comedians? We just
Yeah, I
drift
don't
up
know.
into the ether. What happened to that guy? I don't even know.
How do you go from open mic nights to
Yeah.
headlining 100 shows a year?
Oh, you do it by failure. A lot of failure.
Really?
Yeah, it was a fun path for me because I went from there's no manual for this. There's no school, a Hogwarts school of comedy. You just have to find little audiences and little places where people are kind of sitting in front of you. And what really the big change was the internet when YouTube came along. Dave, when I first started, it was VHS. You'd have your VHS demo, and you'd send it out to who knows who, and then the next day it's like, well, here's the world for free. So that's kind of still how it works. It's just you kind of find people and build your own fan base and
But
find people who like what you do.
the comedy world's tough enough, but
Mhm.
your comedy is clean.
Uh-huh.
And that is not the case with, I don't know, a large percentage of the comedians out
Yeah.
there. So how do you balance trying to make a career as an entertainer and
Mhm.
yet removing something that's used by most people in your field?
Yeah, well, I think that my experience in the comedy clubs was it was a lot of people work, they call it working blue, working, doing, language and all that stuff, just out of survival instinct. I think it's kind of you get a guy up there that sets the bar low or higher with a crazy, you know, with a dirty act, and then where are you going to go from there? Are you going to talk about, the post office? I mean, what, but I will say this. There's an interview with the richest comedian in the world is Jerry Seinfeld,
Right.
and the next is Nate Bargatze, who's the most successful right now. So, I mean, that's proof that if you can work clean, you're going to be busy for a long time. And really, if you work clean, I think there's more opportunity too. Especially like with corporate shows, things like that. You got to be cleaner in corporate show than you do in church, to be honest with you. And you
Why
have a
is
lot of,
that?
there's just people, you just have, I don't know, people are protecting a brand. They
Mm,
don't want they don't want anything untowards happening with their name on it, or when they're connected with it. So yeah, I've had a lot of success and get a lot bigger laughs because I think I've hit on things that people relate to. It's not that I'm witty, so to speak. I think people laugh harder because I'm touching on truths, things that are just true that people can relate to. You
so
know,
yeah,
yeah,
we're really excited. You're coming to Victorville, where I
mhm,
live, May
yeah.
15th at the Victorville Assembly of God. Where do you get
Um,
your material? Is it just
um,
everyday kind of things?
oh yeah, yeah. It's I say you live your life, take notes and tell strangers. That's kind of my gig. It used to
Really?
be where, yeah, in the early days I would just try to sit in front of my computer and try to write funny stuff, and now I just live my life and just like we'll be talking, me and you maybe right now, and something will be said, and I'll be like, okay, that's a funny premise, or that's something that would work. So really, I write less now, but more of what I write is stage worthy. At least it has a chance. Now, you never know. I mean, any comedian will tell you that they write these bits and these ideas, and they think, oh, this is just going to just be make my career, and then they just fall flat. But then something else will happen that, for whatever reason, works really well, and you just, hey, whatever works, you use it.
I've heard comedians that they'll if they have a new bit, they'll slip it into a show to see if it works. Is that something you do?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a good question. Because if I do mostly ticketed events, so I can't be up there workshopping it and take my
Right.
notebook up, right? So what I do is usually sandwich an idea between two established bits, and then add those little ideas kind of over you go a year or two, they start to grow, and it kind of pushes out the old material, and then that's how it's kind of worked.
Do you have a comedic hero? I know for me, I'm not a comedian, but I've always thought of myself as a funny guy. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Bill Cosby. I know
Hmm.
you're not supposed to say that name anymore, but
Yeah.
he was a clean comic,
Uh-huh.
and he was my hero growing up in the '70s before we knew all that we know. Did
Yeah.
you have somebody that you kind of looked up to?
Oh yeah, all those anybody. My dad and I, or our family, we used to watch the Tonight Show. So that was where
Yeah.
pretty much that's where most of the comedy was seen back in the '70s. You had Gary Shandling, and you had
Yep.
David. What was his name?
Letterman. Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course Letterman. Yeah, like Richard Jenny and guys like this, and of course Carlin
Yeah.
and all these guys who were like, okay, but and that was great and fun. It was when I went to my first comedy club and saw live comedy that it just was like, oh my, it was, how do I do this? This is, I knew I wanted to do, because you grow up and you're funny with your friends and stuff and you enjoy
Right.
comedians, but then you're like, okay, you can actually maybe do this as a living. And so it kind of planted the seed in my head that, okay, this is what I wanted. This is something, right?
Yeah.
That I want to be a
Yeah.
part of.
It's interesting because I worked in the radio business for a long time, and
Mm,
there are a lot of people who um, think they're really funny, and they are funny on the
mhm.
radio. And some of them have tried to go over to the stand up and have not had the
Isn't that
success.
weird?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's scary. Isn't it scary to get up there because being a
Mm.
comic is being pretty vulnerable
Yes.
because
Yeah, it's completely scary. Well, like, if you're a musician, right, and you go up and
Mhm,
do a song, they're gonna clap at the end, no matter either they're like, they like the song or they're clapping because 'cause they're glad it's over, you know? But with comedy, it's all justice. It's like, if they're not laughing, you're not succeeding. So it's very the nerves when you first start doing comedy are a lot more intense. It's like the kind of butterflies that's like you're getting a spear stuck in your stomach. Whereas now I still get kind of worked up, but it's nothing like it was in the old days because you didn't have any bullets in the gun. You don't have any tried and true material that you say like
yeah.
this is probably going to work. So I'm glad I didn't quit. I was able to just go back after every show, and I still do. And I say, okay, what can we change? What worked? What didn't? What can I trim? All that
I've
stuff.
wa- I've watched Joe Rogan, and I've actually met Joe a number of years ago, but I've
Mhm.
heard him on his show talk about the craft of being a stand-up comedian
Mhm.
and how it even gets down to how you emphasize a word
Yeah.
or how long you pause in a certain place. It's not just telling
Yeah.
jokes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a science, and it's so fun. And as I'm doing it more, I like to play with tension, and because that's like
Yes.
how long you can you can hold a face or stay in a joke. How long are they going to let you do that, and then pull the trigger? That's what's the most fun for me. Getting to a point where you have that kind of comfort where you're not like just going from joke to joke to joke, trying to get just trying to get to the next laugh.
Right.
You're in the moment, just staying in the moment, and the crowd. I think the more comfort you have, the crowd can pick up on that. Like, okay, this guy can drive the bus. We trust him. You know,
So yeah, that's interesting.
that's
Yeah.
where a lot of heckling comes from. Heckling is all about people think you need help. Like, oh, he's struggling, so I need to help him. So it's not heckling is not necessarily all they're trying to make you fail. They're really trying to help you, right? Because you're not
Interesting.
doing well.
I wouldn't expect there be hecklers at Victorville Assembly of God
Assembly of
Church
God,
on May
right?
15th. But do you have, I've heard that comics tend to have pre prepared,
Mhm.
stuff. if somebody heckles them. Is that something you do or
Yeah, it happens so rarely, and once again, I mean, if you I feel that, that I've worked hard enough to make the act pretty as seamless as I can.
right?
So, and it really the only, road bumps that I hit are something that's gonna be like, if something's wrong with the sound, or if the lighting, or there's a baby somebody brings a baby and the baby's making noise, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um that it's which really the only thing you have to do there is acknowledge it. Like, okay, I hear the baby. I hear,
Yeah.
I Tim hears it. Everybody's goes, does he hear the does he know
And
that light's
sometimes,
flickering weird? Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say sometimes you can make that part of the an
Oh,
ongoing joke.
right. Exactly. Yeah, yeah. In the early days, I'd be like, the blinders, do the act, just stick to the act. And now, it's if something happens, that's why people go to a live show, because
Yeah.
it's you're just hanging out. What's he gonna do now?
So
So,
you do a lot of stuff about, everyday things, real moments from your life. I'm wondering, I assume you talk about your family. Do they
mhm.
ever say, "Hey, whoa, dad," or if your wife says, "You
Yeah.
didn't need to say that or tell that story."
Right, right. I think I've made mistakes in the past. Like, for instance, when I would do a story about me and my wife, it's like the voice I was using for her, she's like, "Yeah, I don't sound like that. Don't make me sound like," because we do that in our marriages.
Oh,
It's like when she tells the story, it makes me laugh so hard. When she does me, like she'll say, "You're like," and I was like, that makes me laugh so hard. But I will say this, David, it's like I get the best feedback from my family, because they don't give courtesy laughter. You
oh,
have to earn it with your family. And I get what I'll usually do is if I have a premise, I'll say, "Hey, you guys, I have this premise. Does it make sense?" And then, that I've gotten so much good feedback from my wife and my kids and just friends who aren't even comedians, but they're not gonna lie to me.
right.
I could trust them. So there you
So,
go.
and music's a big part of your show too.
Mhm. Oh
So
yeah.
you do parody songs and stuff?
I do. I started with mostly parodies. Now I try to do more original stuff. I grew up listening to, Ray Stevens and Weird Al Yankovic, and
Yep.
I listened to this show called Doctor Demento that was on
Love Dr.
weekend nights.
Demento.
That was when I don't really get starstruck, but Doctor Demento played some of my stuff on his show, and I was,
Really?
oh, that meant a lot to me. But yeah, I always enjoy musical comedy. It's it's just I just love it, and when you're on the being on the road, you have a lot of downtime. So I decided a long time ago, I'm going to learn how to be a better musician, and try to use that time to get better.
Yeah.
So,
So you got the big show coming up, Victorville,
mhm,
First Assembly of God Church,
mhm.
May 15th. I've got to ask you, is this your first time to the metropolis known as Victorville?
I think so. I was going to ask if there's anything I should know, or you have any kind of context you can give me. What is it Victorville known for? I mean, I don't know.
Well, good question. Uh, Roy Rogers used to live here.
Okay.
We, yeah. After that, there's not, hey, have an In-N-Out burger while you're out here, of course.
I
Uh,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
That's definitely a staple. And I really do enjoy going to these towns that may not get a lot of comedy, or these kinds of events don't happen, and they're just always fun. It's always
Uh,
great.
I will say one of the things I hear from people and see on social media more often than not about Victorville and the surrounding area is there's nothing to do. Well,
Yeah.
and we don't get a lot of live comedy shows here, and this is awesome that you're coming up here. For
Yeah.
people are considering comedy, there's a lot of guys
Mhm.
like me, maybe younger, that who think they're funny or,
Yeah.
what advice would you have to 'em? Do you have a few tips on, hey, are you really stand-up material or are you just the guy that is the cut up at work, you know?
Yeah, that's the trick, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
okay, I make my friends laugh, can I make strangers laugh? I would say the first thing is be that person. Don't try to be somebody else. Be that person that makes your friends laugh. Once again, um, like if me and you share an uncle, we can tell a story about Uncle Dave or what or Uncle Jimmy,
right.
and we know it's funny. We know what he's like, but nobody else really does. So it's really about you starting with a kernel of an idea or something, and just putting it out there, and um, trying to find your point of view. That's what people really are looking for. I don't write once again to be witty. I write out of passion. Like if something confuses me, or something disappoints me, or something makes me happy, there's usually some comedy in there and some relatability. Um, but yeah, new comedians, I would just say, hey, less is better. If they give you 5 minutes, take three. Just give them a good three, and then leave for a while.
Oh, that's good. Leave them wanting more.
Leave
Interesting.
them, leave them wanting more. Try to get as much stage time as possible. Try to find some comfort, and don't. Your audience is really your best friend. They're not. It's not a competition. Um, they'll let you know if it's funny or not. That's You can't get that from AI. You can't get that from a
Right.
machine. You get that from real people. And just write everything down. Um, and just keep plugging away.
Hey, tell me about your special fist bump.
Yeah.
Where did you
Yeah.
come up? First of all, where'd you come up with the name? I mean, that's a thing that guys mostly
Yeah.
do.
Well,
But
it was during COVID. The idea that during COVID no one would shake your hand, but then you had these guys that would fist bump you like they're saving the planet. Oh no, stay safe. I'm like, yeah, like COVID can't get around the back of the knuckles. Like, is
right.
this what the whole everybody's a scientist now, and standing 6 feet apart, and so yeah, that's kind of where that idea came from. That and then usually when you do a special like this, I'm looking for, okay, what's a good thing that I said during the show that might be a good title? And it just seemed like a funny title. So,
Well, it fits. Yeah. Where can people see that? Is it streaming?
oh yeah, stream. The best place probably to go to Amazon Prime. You can stream it
Oh,
on
okay.
Amazon Prime. There's other things, Google Play and places like that, but Amazon's usually the best.
Cool. So tell me, what should we be expecting? We don't get much entertainment here in Victorville. Give me the sales pitch,
Mayhem,
man. What do,
mayhem, complete.
yeah.
Let me
Oh,
say
it's going to
this:
be mayhem.
you won't be bored. Let me tell you that. I think the show's as good as it's ever been. I'm at a point in my career that I'm not grinding so much. I think it's good. I'm not there to try to prove myself. There's going to be people there that haven't laughed in 5 years, literally. And I just want to come after them, and just kind of like when you go to uh, get that Swedish massage, they're just digging that elbow in your back. They're just
Oh,
releasing some of that
oh
tension.
yeah. Hmm.
And just a great time. Yeah, it's a great date night, great family night. Just come on out. I get all my cussing done by noon. So
Oh, well,
I
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
get this out of the way.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know. I like it when families come or couples come, or they can have a shared experience, and go home, and not feel like they got thrown in a mud pit.
So
It's a fun career. I'm very grateful to be able to do it.
this is a
Very grateful.
family friendly show,
Hmm.
but great for date night as well.
Oh yeah.
May 15th, First Assembly of God Church in Victorville. How do we get tickets?
Yeah, you can go to, I think it's timhawkins.net. You can get tickets there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And check out Fist Bump, everybody. It is very funny, and it is, but maybe not spoil it before the show. I don't know. Do you
I
do some
know.
of the same stuff?
I'll do some, but it's like, gosh, it's like, it's wild. I look at my notes and stuff, and like it's just such a slow. What would you call it? It's very incremental. Like
Yeah.
I really, because I don't do as many shows now, I really kind of push myself to, okay, do something, put a little something new every show, whether it's like you said, a pause or a new sentence or a new song or something, that you can build on. Because that's one of the funnest things for a comedian still is writing that new bit that works.
Hmm.
You still get that same thrill. It's just, It's a challenging line of work, and it keeps you humble for many reasons. And yeah, I really enjoy it. Once again, I don't travel as much. That was the job part of it, was the travel. Doing 100 dates a year is really, it's taxing and it's emotionally draining, to be honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
But now I do about 50 shows a year, and that's a good speed. And I got 4 grandkids now, so I gotta conserve that energy for the youngins.
Oh, you're too young to have grandkids. What's going
Oh,
on there?
man, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Hey, we
you know,
we are looking forward to the show. Let me again give you a plug. May 15th, First Assembly of God Church in Victorville. We get tickets at timhawkins.net.
yeah,
And
yeah,
Fist Bump is your special. Go and see it on Amazon or
yeah,
the other
and
streaming
I've got,
services.
yeah, and I've got a new album coming out. Doing a new album of songs, so that should be out in a month or two.
Oh, cool.
It's gonna be good. It's good stuff. I don't know. I'm still doing it.
All
Still
right.
making it happen.
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Even grandpa's still got it going on, right?
Right. I don't have the long flowing hair anymore, but hey, come on. I have something to give.
Hey, Tim, I appreciate your time and we look forward to the show. And thanks
Yeah,
so much for being with us here on Dave Wants to Know.
you got it, David. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Thanks again to Tim Hawkins. You want to check out all his upcoming shows and where to stream his special, go to timhawkins.net. We thank you for listening and watching Dave Wants to Know. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.